Introductions. Let's go to our ring announcer, Mark Beato.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 6 rounds, middleweights. Your referee for this event from Phoenix, Arizona, Joe Joseph. Introducing now the principals. First in the red corner to my right, wearing the red, white, and green trunks. He weighs in at 160 pounds. He has 6 victories, no defeats. He has 1 draw with 2 knockouts. El hijo de la República de México, Juan Mesa. His opponent in the blue corner, wearing the blue trunks with white trim and accessories. He also weighs 160 pounds. Professional record, 12 wins, 3 defeats, 1 draw. He has 3 knockouts. He hails from Phoenix, Arizona. Arizona's bad boy, Anthony Brown. 6 rounds, middleweights.
Gentlemen, I've already gave you instructions in the corner. I'm going to remind again. I want a clean, good bout. Protect yourself at all times. Good luck, gentlemen. Touch gloves. Let's go to the corner.
Anthony Brown, the more experienced of these 2 fighters. His last loss came to Anibal Acevedo, undefeated, very close fight, split decision by 1 point, which was the fight of the night on that card. And we're hoping that Anthony Brown helps supply the fight of the night here against undefeated Juan Mesa, who is only 21, has only had 7 fights. And here are 2 fighters who weigh 160 pounds, but as you can see, a very different look that they both bring physically to the ring. Mesa at 5'11" has that 4-inch height advantage and a 5-inch reach advantage, trying to get that jab going.
But more of a brawler is Mesa. He likes to get in there and slug and swing. Anthony Brown is left-handed, as you can see. He describes himself as a fighter who comes at you. His best punch, he says, is his straight left. He is naturally left-handed. He's aggressive.
In just his 10th pro fight, he stepped in the ring against Engels Pedrosa. At that time was 38-6 with 37 knockouts. And Anthony Brown fought very well, losing a close split decision to Pedrosa.
That fight in San Diego, he says, I was robbed. First time we've heard that.
Pedrosa also said he was robbed, and he won the fight.
He won it, yes.
Scheduled for 6 rounds. In and out, Anthony Brown. Good hand speed, good strength upstairs, solid chin, but sometimes has the tendency to be a little too cautious, and comes on a little later in the fight. But he has to work on putting some punches together, as opposed to that 1 punch at a time.
You see both of them pawing with their front hands, their passive hands. See the right hand of Brown out in front of Mesa. Mesa hitting it with his left hand. These passive hands, they're not quite sure what to do with that southpaw stance. Oh, there's a good right hand. The southpaw fighters are susceptible to these real straight right hands, like Mesa just landed, and a wide left hook. Mesa's mouth wide open. There's a good straight right.
Oh, straight up the middle, Anthony Brown.
Right on the point of the chin. It's a direct line. There's an opening there for the southpaw fighters. Their hands don't protect the point of the chin. And that's where you want to hit your opponent.
Right again, a very gangly Juan Mesa, but he is getting in the best shots, adds 1 more.
Again, the right hand.
Inside 30 seconds to go in the first, and this one was supposed to take a while to warm up, but the flame here in the first.
Anthony Brown better start moving his head. See how he keeps his chin up a little bit too high? He could tuck that chin to and he wouldn't get hit right on the point of the chin. Also exposes your Adam's apple. Your opponent hits you in the Adam's apple and you try to squeeze the cider out of it.
Rocking into the ring at the Veterans Memorial Coliseum, Phoenix, Arizona. Fight night on USA On Halloween.
Good fans on hand.
Yeah,
some of them rather spooky.
Some spooky things happening already. Espinosa with that quick third-round knockout over Romero. And a stunner that's soon in the fight.
Yeah, really a surprise to me. Romero had never been down, never tasted the canvas. Espinosa made it look easy, and that's what a good professional will do. They'll go out, they'll set you up, and then all of a sudden you find yourself looking up the lights. I've been down there.
Pretty spooky, whether it's Halloween or not.
It doesn't matter if it's Halloween. You'll think it's Halloween, even if it's not. You see the candles. See his chin up. Look at the chin of Anthony Brown. His head is up in the air. You're taught to tuck that chin, keep the chin real low, hide behind your hands. He's not really doing that. He would be well served with that. Chin down, hands up, basic boxing, elbows in tight. He has the hands up pretty well. You could bring him up a little bit higher. He's got the elbows in tight. You got to get that chin down. Juan Mesa, some terrific right hands in that opening round. But when you look for the right hand, you go looking for it. Sometimes you pull that shot, and your opponent sees it. I think that's what's happening here. To get that right hand working well. There it is. There it is. Get that left out there. The left will set up the right hand. Also, when he sets that right hand, look at his shoulders. He turns. Mesa does, and he sets the table, Juan Mesa, for that right hand.
Combination by Brown showing the speed. He comes in at 12-3-1 with 3 knockouts. Mesa undefeated in 7 fights, 6 victories, a draw, just a couple of knockouts. But these two fighters coming out here in the first couple of rounds looking to wing and add to that knockout column in the ledger.
Well, you know, this one was a 4 or 6 rounder. They changed it to a 6 in the back. Anthony Brown said he would prefer 6 rounds.
Well,
Mesa's all over.
Yeah, that may be immaterial. 30 seconds to go in the second. Mesa really coming on. The 21-year-old out of Mexico with that long reach advantage, and he is using it to his advantage.
Yeah, good right hand. That right hand with that long reach like that, you pull back away from it thinking that you're going to pull out of it, the thing just keeps coming. 74 inches, fingertip to fingertip for Juan Mesa.
Fingertip control from Mesa. Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Phoenix, Arizona. The old home of the Phoenix Suns. I think we see the ghosts of the Phoenix Suns passing here. Alvin Adams, Paul Westphal, Dennis Johnson, Paul Hurd, some of Sean's favorite old-time Phoenix Suns.
Just getting ready to say that. Actually, a nice crowd on hand here.
Also the home of the Phoenix Roadrunners, former minor league hockey team that played here. Wish the ice was down, now starting to get real hot in here. And these two fighters starting to feel it. Third round action, Juan Mesa in the red, white, and green, pressing the attack against the more experienced Anthony Brown.
More experienced, but Mesa has been fighting in Mexico. A lot of his fights are unsubstantiated. His record comes in at 6-0-1, but he's had more experience than that. Look at him putting this pressure on here. He is really manhandling Anthony Brown. More strength from him, using his reach while he's moving forward. Brown trying to back away from him. Can't get out of the long arms of Mesa. Brown could be well served with a jab. A jabbing southpaw is very difficult to beat. They're confusing.
Halfway through the third.
Doing a good job is Mesa holding his hand out there. Just look, just wipe your opponent's punches down. Just parry them, and then come in with the overhand right. Nice work from Juan. Juan Mesa putting the pressure on.
Juan comes winging. And he keeps on getting that left out there. Mesa not exactly smooth, but he is getting the job done tonight so far.
Yeah, so far Anthony Brown says that he is better in later fights as the fight continues. He says usually my opponents wear down and I get stronger. I'm in terrific shape. Brown has seen Mesa in the past and he knew what to expect.
Well, Mesa trying his best to not allow Brown to get to the later rounds. 30 seconds to go in the third.
Brown said Mesa in the past has not had any jabs, so it's been fine for me.
And we will now pause for a word from your local cable systems. Budweiser, the king of beers, brings you USA's Tuesday night fights. Louis Espinoza disposing very quickly and early of Arnulfo Romero, third round knockout. And this, our second fight of the night, Anthony Brown in the blue trunks at 12-3-1. Juan Mesa in the red, white, and green at 6-0-1 in a scheduled 6-round middleweight fight. We enter round number 4, and the younger Mesa doing a job.
Yeah, Brown has had his moments, but it has been Juan Mesa who has kept the pressure on, landed with the overhand rights. Brown working more in his fast combinations. Mesa, though, out-punching him and out-hustling him, landing the harder blows. Good couple of jabs. Anthony Brown stopped jabbing, but a good 1-2 from him. The uppercut and the hook. Again, the uppercut and the hook. It's hard to jab with a taller man like Mesa is to Brown. But there's a good combination from Brown.
Brown now slugging back, but it'll have to go on the round.
Mesa missing that shot with the right hand. See how Brown is just moving his head just enough to take the power out of the punch. He's moving over to his left. You try to move not so far that you get out of reach of retaliation. You try to move, just get the angle in your opponent. Move just enough, take the play out of the punch, and then score. A good combination. Anthony Brown said the last half of this fight would be his. This one, of course, scheduled for 6.
Well, again, it's Halloween, and we said you never know what to expect, and we may have the story developing here with Anthony Brown as his trunks are completely coming apart. And he has 2 more rounds to go to keep them together after this one.
Yeah, they are ripped right in the middle, right at the seam.
It seems like they are.
Well, he got hit so hard that his trunks ripped. Both of them heating it up. Final seconds inside 20.
By Anthony Brown.
15 seconds left in this round. Trying to pour it on, both fighters. Steal those final few seconds of each round. Final rounds of the 4th round. Some final seconds in that 4th. Pouring it on. Anthony Brown, Juan Mesa hanging in there. Mesa had his shots in that 4th round, but I think Anthony Brown, throughout the round, kept control of the fight. He came back in that 4th. See if he can sustain. It was Mesa early, landing with the straight right hands. Real effective with that punch, like that one right there. Yeah.
Coming forward, Mesa.
And Brown knows it too. You got me. Look at Brown's chin up in front of his hands. You're taught to hide behind your hands, not in front of them.
And remember, this is where Brown gets going. He's a veteran of 8-round fights. He's fought 4 of them. Mesa has fought past the 4th round only once. And Brown has to pick it up because Mesa is stealing the show.
Yeah, Mesa built up an early lead in this fight.
Mesa just 21. 6-0-1 his record, just a couple of knockouts. Brown at the age of 26 has won 12 and lost 3 with a draw. 3 KOs. So he has not shown the tendency to be able to come back in a fight that he is behind and take out an opponent.
Yeah, really not a big hitter, Anthony Brown. He was shot with a gun in his left arm, so he's got some of the muscle missing over there, and that has caused him some problems. And you know, the left-handers, they have the power in that left hand, the power that he would need right now to keep Mesa off of him, keep Mesa from coming in. Mesa is just smothering him.
Of Brown's 3 knockouts, none have come past the 4th. Mesa with only 2 KOs in his 7 fights, but those 2 have come in his last 3 bouts. Oh, good exchange.
Yeah.
Brown sneaking in with a shot that rocks Mesa for the moment.
Snapping right hook. He turned it over right at the point of impact. Good punches. Both fighters. They're calling for the hook from Mesa. Mesa putting a lot of pressure on. Anthony Brown's tough too. Taking a lot of these shots. The overhand rights, he just smiles.
Oh, look like heavy arms for Anthony Brown here in the 5th.
Oh, those gloves get so heavy. They're fighting with 10-ounce gloves, and they feel like 10 pounds.
Coming down inside the final 20 seconds of the 5th. 10 seconds to go. And we will go to the 6th and final round. Those USA Tuesday night fights, Pumpkins doing very well at the concession stand tonight.
I'll tell you, that's some talent right there. I spent a lot of time doing that. USA Tuesday night fights. That's terrific.
Yeah, on the back, you know what it says on the back. Brought to you by Budweiser, the King of Beers.
The King of Beers, all in one line.
Yes, he didn't turn the pumpkin around.
With Alan John. Where was that?
On the side.
Where was that?
It's a heck of a big pumpkin. All right, this is the 6th and final round. This would be a heck of a big win for Juan Mesa.
Mesa's been landing that pumpkin punch all night. The right hand, bread and butter shot for him. Right on the point of the chin of Anthony Brown. I thought Mesa had a good last round. The 4th round, Anthony Brown tried to come back some and did well, but early in this fight, it was all Juan Mesa. Brown still trying to get away from those jabs. See him moving his head just enough to try to take the play out of the punch. Well, with the long arms of Mesa, 74-inch reach, he's not able to move back far enough. Anthony Brown isn't. Neither man jabbing here. Just pushing with that jab is Mesa.
Oh, roundhouse left by Brown. Finds its mark. Now Mesa could be wobbled here in the 6th and final round. He has to be leading this fight on the cards.
But he's ready to go. He is wobbled. Brown should close the show.
Blood now coming from the right eye of Juan Mesa. And the referee, Joe Joseph, calls a time, wants to bring Mesa over to the doctors. The fans booing. Brown from Phoenix is the hometown favorite. And Mesa saying he's fine. Just give me the final round. And they're letting it go, but right now you just see the blood streaming.
That's a sight for Halloween.
Yeah, vampire's delight. Now Brown has to pounce. He's losing this fight, has his window of opportunity, but not much time remaining.
Vampire's delight, Al.
45 seconds to go.
Anthony Brown's delight too.
Yeah.
Glad to see that. Brown's got to pick it up right here. You know what? He had Mesa wobbled. Mesa was confused. When you get cut like that, you're not sure what to do. Right here, Anthony Brown should let it all hang out. This fight is too close. In fact, I've got Mesa just a little bit ahead. Mesa comes in.
He's blinking, having problems now seeing out of the eye.
Inside 20 seconds of this fight.
Still though trying to set up that right hand. And for Mesa, it may be a question of just beating the clock. 10 seconds to go. And they'll let them finish this one. But for Anthony Brown, they've been just a little too late. 6 rounds. And this one now will go to the card. So we will return with the decision and also some incredible news in the boxing world just came in, and we will update you on that when we return after this word. Well, we said it's Halloween. You never know what to expect. This is the word we have received out of Vegas, that Saturday night's fight between Mike Tyson and Buster Mathis Jr. will be postponed. A press conference is to be called later. Allegedly, Tyson has hurt his hand in training, and the fight will not go on. So that is the latest news that we have received from Las Vegas. And later on, we'll be talking with Evander Holyfield and Riddick Bowe in a conversation that was taped early tonight before this news. And the night now belongs to Bowe Holyfield 3. And now we're ready for the decision in this one. Let's go up to the ring, and here's Mark Bito.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a majority decision. Judge Joe Garcia scores it 57-57, a draw. Judge Aaron Kaiser scores it 58-56. Judge Chris Wilson scores it 58-56. All to the winner in the red corner, Juan Mesa.
Mixed reaction from the crowd. Juan Mesa doing enough. Anthony Brown did not agree. And Mesa surviving the wobbly and the bloody 6th and final round to remain undefeated with a majority decision over the more experienced Anthony Brown. Juan Mesa, the 21-year-old, is the winner. Third chapter to a classic boxing trilogy. The 2 former champs join me next on Tuesday Night Fights. Holyfield, the undisputed heavyweight champ, was 28-0.